I overheard my girlfriend harshly mocking me in front of her best friend, and I mean really laying into me. My girlfriend's name is Jenna. She's 28, and we've been together for a little over 2 years. I'm 33, a veterinarian, and we met at my job. She had just moved to town and brought her dog in for an appointment because he had an ear infection. We started talking, and what was supposed to be a 15-minute visit turned into an hour-long conversation. I'd never been so captivated by a woman before. Yeah, I'd been living the bachelor life, and I was starting to think I'd end up alone forever. My lifestyle of casual, fleeting hookups was getting more and more boring and empty. Jenna's a charismatic woman with a ton of friends. Her best friend is a guy named Dylan, someone she's known for a long time. I trust Jenna, but I'd be lying if I said their relationship didn't bother me at all. I don't get mad or argue with her about it. She's assured me they've been friends their whole lives, and there's never been anything sexual between them. I'm confident enough in myself to accept their friendship, and I even tried to get along with Dylan. He's visited our town 3 times, and he's a cool guy, but it seems like he doesn't really like me. Jenna says he's just protective of her, but to me, it feels more like jealousy than protection. Jenna just finished grad school this spring, and she's been struggling to find a job. We've been living together for a year now, and I get that she can't contribute to rent or other expenses yet. I'm financially well off, so it's not a big deal, but I don't want to enable her to stop looking for work. I think it's important for everyone to have financial independence, so I've made it clear to her that once she finds a job, she'll need to start covering half the expenses. On Monday, she texted me that she'd gotten a job, the one she really wanted. She'd had to go through a tough interview process to land it. I was so happy and proud of her that I decided to leave work early, letting my staff handle things at the office. I didn't tell Jenna. I picked up her favorite wine, some Chinese takeout, also her favorite, and flowers. A few weeks ago, Jenna had spotted a beautiful necklace in a store that she loved. It wasn't too expensive, and it had a shark on it. She's obsessed with anything shark-related. I'd bought it and hidden it in the basement, planning to surprise her with it later when she'd forgotten about it. When I got home, I slipped in through the side entrance to the basement to grab the necklace and surprise her. As I climbed the stairs and opened the door, I heard Jenna talking on the phone. Normally, I wouldn't eavesdrop, but then I heard her laughing hysterically. It was cute, so I waited for her to finish before making my entrance. She was talking to Dylan. Nothing new there. They chat at least once a week. But then I caught what they were laughing about. It took me a moment to realize she was mocking our intimate life. She said something like, "No, he doesn't even come close to my ex. My ex was at least 3 inches bigger. Every time I eat a baby carrot, I feel bad for him because it's probably traumatic for him to see me bite into something the same size. It might have been almost funny if it wasn't so awful. He's got an amazing body until he takes off his boxers." Cue more laughter. Look, I don't care what random people online think about my size. But I need to point out that what she was laughing about wasn't even true, which, in my opinion, makes it hurt even more. I don't know about her ex. Maybe he was a giant, but I'm average. Just a good old average guy. Nothing extraordinary, but not something to mock either. I've never been insecure about it. Hearing my girlfriend discuss me like that with her friend, someone I already had doubts about, was beyond offensive. Offensive doesn't even begin to cover how I felt. She also made fun of me for being good-looking but not very smart. I'm actually highly educated. That part didn't bother me. I know I'm smart, good-looking, and super intelligent with an average-sized penis. After that, I just left. Did I throw the flowers out the car window? Yes. Did I cry in the parking lot? Yes. I think she heard the basement door close, or maybe saw my car pull away because she started texting me right after, asking when I'd be home. This happened on Monday, and I still haven't brought it up with her. I don't know how to. I think I'm still processing it. It's humiliating and painful, but damn it, I love this girl. I know I need to talk to her, but how? Any advice on how to start that conversation? I'm deeply hurt and not sure if I can forgive her for this. Update. I want to add that I've decided I'm definitely breaking up with Jenna. Today, I met 3 friends for beers and told them what happened. They agreed with the advice I've gotten, dump her and do it fast. I called my mom and told her everything. Yes, I told her all of it, even though it was embarrassing. We're really close, and I wanted to explain. I've never heard her so angry. She knew I'd bought a ring for Jenna. I'll write an update when it's done, probably tomorrow. Emotionally, I'll be pretty wrecked. Thanks again for all the comments and support messages. I didn't expect so many people to be on my side. Update. Well, I manned up and broke up with Jenna on Thursday night. Honestly, it's been the most dramatic few days of my life. I'm completely drained. Things got pretty ugly on Jenna's end. Sorry for the long text, but a lot happened. On the advice of my friends, mom, brother, and many of you, I decided to talk to her in a public place. The logic was that someone who could be so cruel and dishonest might flip the script and claim she dumped me because I hit her or some other nonsense. I'd like to think she wouldn't stoop that low, but who knows, especially after everything. Better safe than sorry. I considered just packing her stuff and ending it without explanation, but after 2 years together, I figured it'd be better to talk calmly and hear her out if she had an explanation. I wanted to listen, even if it wouldn't change my mind about breaking up. So, I took her to a wine bar downtown with small private booths and curtains. Since Monday, Jenna had been acting like an angel. That tells me one of 3 things. A. She felt guilty for her nasty behavior. B. She thought I might have overheard her. Or C. She just noticed I was distant and had no clue why. She got all dressed up, and despite everything, I have to admit she looked stunning. Jenna was also super affectionate, dropping flirty comments about what she wanted to do with me later. Normally my precious little baby carrot. Yes, I can still joke about it, would have been thrilled, but under the circumstances, hearing that was tough, and staying calm was even tougher. I'd rehearsed what I was going to say multiple times. So, as soon as we sat down and got our wine, I started talking. I don't remember everything word for word because the adrenaline was through the roof, but I began by telling her how much I loved her, that she was the only woman I'd ever felt such a deep connection with, that I'd opened up to her completely and trusted her. I told her she was the only woman I'd thought about marrying, the one I'd gone ring shopping for. I didn't mention I'd already bought it, or that I'd pictured us having kids in the next few years. She kept interrupting with things like, "Oh, that's so sweet," or telling me how much she loved me. Then I looked her straight in the eye and asked her point blank, if she loved me so much, why did she mock me so viciously in front of Dylan? The look on her face gave me some satisfaction. As expected, Jenna denied everything at first, acting like she had no idea what I was talking about. She said Dylan knew how much she loved me, and that she'd never made fun of me to him. I just stared at her and said something like, "Come on, Jenna." Even after I told her I'd come home early on Monday and heard everything, she kept denying it. Her calm denial was infuriating. I just told her we both knew she was lying, and that what she said was unforgivable. I couldn't wrap my head around why she'd even say those things, especially to Dylan, but the fact that she lied just to laugh at me made it worse. Jenna kept denying it, acting like I was crazy. She said she loved me so much, that she'd never once been unhappy with our intimate life, that she'd never complain about my size, that she knew how smart and caring I was, and that's why she loved me. If I hadn't heard it with my own ears, I might have believed her. Give her an Oscar for that performance. Some people asked if I was sure she was talking about me when I overheard her. When she mentioned her ex and his Kraken, she used my name, comparing me to him. I'm 100% certain she was talking about me and lying to my face. I told her I'd drive us home so she could grab essentials and her dog. My brother and his wife would be there too. I wanted witnesses to confirm I let her take her stuff and didn't do anything aggressive. I said I'd pack the rest and leave it outside for her to pick up whenever. Jenna was stunned that I was actually ending it. She begged me to reconsider, but my mind was made up, and I wasn't budging. It was hard to hold back tears when she said she wanted to spend her life with me and be the mother of my kids. She kept asking what she was supposed to do now, where she'd sleep. I told her it wasn't my problem anymore, and that she had plenty of friends she could stay with until she found a place. Almost all the furniture and decor in the house was mine. She just needed to take her clothes, toiletries, and small stuff. All the home upgrades she'd done were paid for by me. Then the tears started. Jenna sobbed, saying she didn't understand how I could do this to her. She repeated 1,000,000 times that she thought I was a good guy. I said I am a good guy. That's why I didn't toss her stuff on the lawn, change the locks, and ghost her without explanation. And then, I swear, this woman twisted the knife deeper. She admitted she didn't know why she said those things to Dylan, finally confessing, and said maybe it was because with Dylan, she could laugh about things that would otherwise make her cry. Apparently, that's about my penis. It was wild. Normally, I don't stoop to snarky comments, but I told her she could go back to her hometown and live with Dylan or her ex with his 9-inch pride. It was amazing how fast her tears dried up. Suddenly, I was a jerk who didn't know how to treat women, a loser with a tiny hose, destined to die alone. She said she never loved me, saw me more as a friend, and only stayed to spare my feelings. Makes perfect sense, right? She called me a loser and a jerk again, saying if I'd proposed, she'd have turned me down. Just in case I didn't get it the first time, she doubled down on the baby carrot comparison. Oh, and I'd die alone. I told her dying alone was better than dying married to a woman who didn't love or respect me. No kidding. She started screaming, not saying anything, just a long, insanely loud shriek. It was creepy. Then she stormed out, calling me a disgusting pig. After I paid the bill and apologized to the waiter for the drama, I stepped outside and saw Jenna crying. I get that what she did was awful, and everything she just said was awful too, but I still hated seeing her like that. It was getting cold, and I didn't want to leave her on the street, so I offered to drive her home to grab her stuff, but she'd need to leave and stay somewhere else after. She agreed. The car ride was silent and incredibly awkward. When we got home, my brother and his wife were there. His wife stayed inside while Jenna packed, and my brother waited outside with me. It went fairly smoothly. I'd let Jenna know her stuff was on the porch and that she should pick it up while I was at work all day. I didn't hear from her until I was heading home from work. She sent a nasty message wishing me every misfortune imaginable. I didn't reply. When I got home, I found chaos. Everything was smashed. I don't know if Jenna had a spare key I didn't know about or if she can pick locks, but she'd gotten in and trashed the place. She broke irreplaceable things, tore up furniture, wrecked the kitchen, total destruction. The only decent thing she did was lock my 2 dogs in a room, probably so they wouldn't cut themselves on glass or eat spilled food. I have 2 cars, one for daily use and an SUV for work. I use the SUV for house calls, like transporting large or exotic animals to the clinic. In all this drama, I forgot I'd given her a key to the SUV for emergencies. I checked it. She trashed that too, dumping flour and tomato sauce inside. Stuff is just stuff, I guess. But what shocked me more was that she could do something so childish and vile. Last weekend, I took her to a play, we hung out with friends, played Monopoly, made up our own drinking game, watched Netflix, and made love a few times. Now my house and car are wrecked, and I'm a mess. It's wild how fast things can change. Not my proudest moment, but I was so mad that I went online to a bulk delivery site and ordered 22-pound bags of baby carrots, 40 pounds total, addressed to Jenna at her friend's place. They deliver within an hour. That night, I got a flood of colorful, insulting texts from her. Yeah, it was petty, but I don't regret it, except maybe wasting food. Hopefully, she donates the carrots or cooks something with them. That's it. I blocked her. She's genuinely cruel, and I know I deserve better. Since Monday, I've been reflecting a lot on myself as a partner, trying to figure out what might have led to Jenna harboring resentment or dissatisfaction toward me. I'll be 100% honest. I work a lot. I try to make time for everyone I love and avoid bringing negativity home if work's been rough. But sometimes it happens, I admit that. Jenna and I argued about it before, and I really tried to schedule my days to get home at a reasonable time and leave tough days behind. But anyone who's a vet or knows one gets it. We're always on call for emergencies. Sometimes we have patients to check on or stay with overnight. Taking a day off is possible but tricky. I have an amazing staff that can handle most things, but even on vacation or a day off, I still get calls or texts. I'm sure there were times Jenna felt second to my job. I know there were. She told me so. I tried to adjust, but there's a limit to what I can do. I don't think I was ever intentionally mean or harsh with her. There were bad days when I was irritable or distant, and we had disagreements, but nothing unhealthy or toxic. I really thought we had a solid relationship and that we were both happy. I was happy. It's hard not to second-guess myself and wonder if I was such a letdown or neglected her so much that she felt unloved enough to do this. I don't know. But I do know that, regardless, her words and behavior were completely unacceptable. I didn't deserve it, and that's on her.